Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly reading for the sign of Aquarius. But before we do that, just wanted to let you all know that I will be giving away for Christmas a Christmas gift to one of my lucky watchers, or subscribers rather. And it is this beautiful spirit animal deck, which I have already done an unboxing for. This is the open deck and I'm going to be using this deck in my readings. But of course, the person who wins this deck for Christmas is going to get a brand new one that's still in its plastic wrapping, and it's going to be wrapped and delivered to wherever you are in the world on Christmas morning or Christmas Day. Now, this is a really, really nice animal spirit deck. And if you want to see the unboxing where I go through every single card so you can see all the images and see if it's something that you would like, go ahead to that link at the top of the description and you can go to that video. All you have to do to win that, to win this deck is to be a subscriber. You have to be subscribed to my channel and leave me a comment on any of the videos that you have watched and enjoyed. Just leave me a comment letting me know I am interested in the cards, okay? Or I am interested. All right, guys? So let's get right into pulling out your romance angel messages, my lovely Aquarius. This is, of course, going to be for today, December 1st to the 7th, right? Exactly the first week of December. And I am excited for your reading because this December, the energy is just so kinetic. It's so, it's electrifying. It's in the air. And we already know that there are a lot of planetary aspects happening in December that are going to cause some really unexpected changes, but changes for good, changes for expansion, of course, with that Jupiter aspect, It's definitely changes for expansion and forging new territory, right? Definitely luck and good fortune are coming in, but also there's just going to be some real upheaval with the nature of some of these changes. So, Aquarius, we have new love for you. Some of you are having unrequited love. And some of you are having finances and career. Now, this is a card that is a regular player on my readings, finance and career. And of course, lately with all of these beautiful aspects of December blessings coming in, finance and career has definitely come up for a lot of the weeklies. Now, let's go ahead and get into your wild unknown animal spirit deck and see what animal spirits you may or may not be walking with this week, right? And animal spirits can be representative of people you may be interacting with. They can represent stages in your life you might be coming into. Or they can be energies that we are tapping into or that are becoming available to us through a particular stage in our life, right? So just take what applies to you. If it doesn't apply or if it doesn't resonate with your situation, then please just disregard it. And of course, some of these readings may indeed be a little bit vice versa. You may be in a different position, right? It may be switched, but I just read, excuse me, when I read for your sign, I'm always reading from your point of view and your perspective and depending on the position of the cards. So let's get your first one out, the owl. Of course, finances and career, because the owl brings with it blessings of wisdom and abundance, financial abundance. Beautiful. The bat, letting go, the darkness before the dawn. And we have the spider. Okay, the spider just showed up as well. I believe it was for Capricorn. And spider is, of course, associated with Dharma. Let us get right into it. The owl. The owl is really synonymous worldwide as a totem for wisdom and blessing, right? In all aspects, the owl is actually in this spirit deck as well, this animal spirit deck as well. And the message is slightly different, but it is still really the same. The owl brings with it understanding. It brings with it sight, clear sight, wisdom, and absolutely abundance, wealth, really blessings. The owl is the animal companion to Lakshmi in the Hindu religion, and she is, of course, the goddess of beauty and love, of writing and storytelling, right? She is gorgeous, and of course, the owl is her consort animal and her totem in a lot of ways. And so the owl is beautiful, especially if we're talking about finance and career. We're talking about abundance coming in. Now, the bat is the darkness before the dawn. It's the final letting go of anything that is really to do with your old life or your old you, old relationships, right? whatever the case may be. The bat is all about going out into that little dark area of our lives and just ferreting out the last little bit of, remnants of something and letting it go, because you're about to have a new day. You're about to come into a period of dawning. A new stage is about to enter your life, and it's really time to let go of any kind of last little lingering toxic energies or connections or doubts or anything, excuse me, that you have that's lingering from the old you or from this life now. Let it go, because you are shifting up. And the spider is earth energy. And here we're talking about, of course, I don't know if I said it bad, of course, is air, and so is Al, both air. This is earth energy. Upside down triangle with that line through it is the alchemical symbol for earth, and the spider talks about living our lives in dharma. This is a life, this is when we live our life according to our spiritual calling, right? An example will be if you come across somebody and they're like a God-fearing Christian, and they say to you, well, the Lord wouldn't want me to behave that way, or Jesus would want me to behave this way. This is somebody who lives their life very intentionally according to their spiritual center. They have a real commitment. This would, of course, be the path of the Hierophant if we saw it in the tarot deck, right? And so in a lot of ways, because the spider takes every step it takes is in line with the same focus, right, which is adherence to his spiritual center, he very easily creates this web of support, a very strong web. He doesn't need to know what the next step is. Because as long as he trusts, as long as he has his faith and his commitment, right, to his beliefs, and he lives his life according to those beliefs, he knows that the next step is always going to be the right step. Spiders don't plan out webs when they make them. They literally do make them step by step, instinctually, and they just form these beautiful webs. And so this is why the spider is synonymous with, of course, a life of dharma. Now let's get right into your cards, my beautiful Aquarius. And the life of dharma also is the type of life that may at times be difficult, right? Because you don't compromise, but at some point there is blessings that come in, there are rewards, and there's always the reward of having a strong sort of stability in your life. The spider brings to itself and to its loved ones a really strong support system financially, generally, and also very strong spiritual support, right? Spiritual support. And sort of like the rock. This would be the person who is the rock in the family. And when you doubt yourself, you go to them because they tell you to believe in Allah or believe in Jesus or whoever your spiritual center is, whatever your belief is. Even if they're just simply into believing all life is energy and all energy is love, and whatever they believe in, they have a strong faith in it, and this is the person who can oftentimes really help you to heal or help you to find faith in your own beliefs as well. I just wanted to get that clear. All right, guys, let's pull your spread out, my lovely Aquarius, and see what you may or may not be dealing with this week. And again, just take what resonates with you and let the rest go. We have Four of Pentacles. This has been coming out for a lot of people, Temperance energy, and Page of Cups. So Four of Pentacles talks about some of you guys are coming into this week with a little bit of worry about money. And I'm not surprised that Four of Pentacles has been showing up a lot for the weeklies, because we're coming into a holiday period. And although I keep talking about people receiving blessings and awards, yes, indeed, blessings are coming in, but it isn't like it's raining money for 30 days in December, right? We still all have bills, and we still all have a lot of responsibilities to take care of with the holidays. And so it is very natural for a lot of us to feel some anxiety, to feel some worry, to feel pressure financially, even if we already see the light at the end of the tunnel. And with you, Aquarius, this is indeed happening. Four of Pentacles is a card of sort of anxiety, a worry that your stability is about to be threatened. Four is the number for stability. And so with Four of Pentacles, we see somebody who wants to really hold on to their stability. This is why this card is a lot of times sort of associated with being greedy or being sort of miserly. But that greedy, miserly type of energy really comes from fear, right? It comes from fear whether that fear is rational or not, it can come from fear. And so the fear that someone's going to take your money, or that somehow you will lose it, or that somehow you will lose your stability, right? So, and like I say, it could be rational or it could be irrational. It could be legitimate, right? Or what have you. But in any case, you have a little anxiety about that this week, Aquarius. And you come in and you meet this temperance energy. And I think for some of you, it's your loved one. There's a loved one around you who's going to make you feel better about things, because temperance energy is really sort of a rock. Temperance is very close to that spider sort of energy, in the sense that somebody who's resonating with this is going to be a rock. Oftentimes they could be a teacher. They can also just be someone who you go to for strength, because someone who's resonating with temperance, they have such control over themselves. They don't allow sort of the ups and downs of life to sort of just swing them back and forth, right? They don't react. They're absolutely in control of their passion and their emotion and everything. This is not to say that they're emotionless. It's not that they're emotionless. It's just that they have absolute control over who they are and how they conduct themselves at all times. And so temperance is when you don't allow other people's actions or words to affect how you act, right? To sort of get you off your square, to get you to react. Someone who's exercising temperance is never reacting to anything. They're always acting with intention, right? And so this is a real strong individual. This is, of course, associated with Sagittarius energy. This is this tarot card for Sagittarius. But Aquarius, this is what you are met with this week. And I want to say, yeah, you come in with some anxieties, but this is an energy that you're met with in some way. And it really allays your fears. And for some of you, this could be your lover or a very good friend, because you round out the week with a Page of Cups. And it's like, Page of Cups generally indicates a new love. Some of you, right, maybe, I'm going to say some of you may be getting this sort of like comfort from this temperance energy from a friend of yours, right? And this friendship all of a sudden turns into something. It's like the beginning of a new love. It's like you guys may have gotten together just simply out of you worrying about money, wanting to talk to them about money. And then, you guys just maybe hang out all night, right? And you're talking about things and you're friends. It's all normal. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, 6 o'clock in the morning, you've been talking all night, and now all of a sudden everything's different because there's this feeling of wanting to get closer. It's a really cute little sort of forecast for some of you. In any case, there's definitely a new love coming in at the end of the week. And certainly some of you who are starting the week with anxiety, towards the middle of the week, you get control of that energy a little bit. Nevertheless, somehow through all of this, a new love erupts. 8 of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Hierophant. So 8 of Pentacles talks about putting boundaries in place, being really restrictive. Aquarius, some of you are are knuckling down during this period, especially this holiday period and this next week. You are putting a lot of restrictions on yourself because there's some work that you need to get done. You feel very strongly about it, and this is the nature of 8 of Pentacles. If you want to get to the top, you can't stop working. Right. And unfortunately, during this period, some of you are just not going to stop working. You have something, you know what I mean? You have purpose, right? There's a lot of purpose behind you, a lot of drive, and you're going to go for it. And you, of course, come into this week working very hard. You're met with a King of Wands. And that's quite interesting because this King of Wands is someone who is really sort of an authority figure, but more like a leader in a lot of ways. I'm going to say for some of you, this King of Wands could certainly be like a mentor to you, someone who is in your field, right? But someone who perhaps has done it before you, or is a master at it, or has sort of forged, if you were an artist, for instance, say, for instance, you're some kind of pottery artist, or you're some kind of painter, right? Modern day painter, you do modern art, and then this person is someone that is like has been doing it for the last 20 years, and their work is all over the place, and everyone writes about them, talks about them, and they're really sort of have this whole, subversive subculture, not even subversive, but subculture behind them, because it's not only that, but it's that the King of Wands is very, very unique, very eccentric oftentimes, very idealistic, right? Very independent. This is the king of people being individuals. And so oftentimes this king is going to be someone who is very fiery and who is also part of perhaps a counterculture or a subculture. You know what I'm saying? In that way. And a lot of times they will be somebody who kind of leads sort of the rebellious side of something, right? The cut against the grain side of something. But yet they are leaders. They are definitely mentors. And definitely kings are manifesting their true dreams. And you meet this person in the course of your work. Aquarius, and I want to say this, maybe somebody you've been wanting to meet for a really long time, and you get blessings of the Hierophant in the sense that they take you under their wing and they really sort of like take you in. I think they take you in as really like as a student, or as sort of like, I want to say... There's a word for it, and I can't find it right now. Protege. Yeah, they want to take you under their wing as almost their protege, right? They want to help groom you perhaps in some way in your field, right? Whatever the case may be, this turns out to be a very significant event because you round the week out with Hierophant. And Hierophant, although it is the highest symbol of our sort of spiritual beliefs here on earth, oftentimes it can represent a teacher, a spiritual teacher. And it's for this reason that I feel like this King of Wands who's coming into your life may really take you under their wing because they are sort of... wanting to also show you a different way in life. It's not only the under their wing with business, right? It's like also they kind of want to show you their vision, right? This is all about their vision as well, And so this becomes a very, very significant sort of meeting or connection. And I think for a lot of you, Aquarius, it does feel very spiritual, feels very fated, and you are absolutely committed. You're absolutely committed to this, to whatever comes out of this sort of coming union, right? This meeting. 3 of Wands, there's your patience, there's your lovers, Gemini energy, and King of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you are being forced to wait in a particular area. There is a Gemini energy or lover's energy coming in is what you're met with. You come into the week with a 3 of Wands, and 3 of Wands is a feeling of wanting to let go of control, be patient, or at least the situation is calling for that. If you are raring to go, then the situation is forcing you to really be patient. But in any case, what is needed now is that it's patience that's needed. It's let the situation unfold naturally. Generally, 3 of Wands will come into a reading when something else in your life, right, needs to arrive. Right, because you're on your journey. Here you can see you're on your journey. You're at that stage in the Wands suit. You've just come out of 2 of Wands, which is Mars and energy, where you've really gone out in the world and begun to take the steps towards your dreams, right? But here with 3 of Wands, it's like we're almost forced to stop. This is why I say sometimes it's not even so, a lot of times it really feels not so much like you want to stop, but you're forced to stop. And that's the thing with patience. Patience isn't wanting to stop, but it's understanding the need for it and dealing with it, right? And so this usually happens because something else needs to come in so that you can maintain your path towards your objective. Life and manifesting your dreams, it's all these little checks and balances. It's all these chance meetings. It's when you met this person or when you met that person or when you had this event or that event, when this idea popped into your head. Life is such an intricate weave of events, right, and energies that sometimes when you're really living life intentionally and you're in touch with every moment, you're sort of really consciously living, you understand that these 3 of Wands moments are times when certain things in your life need to catch up with each other because they're at different speeds. It may be that you need someone to come in, or it may be that you need an opportunity to come in or some event to come in, and you're being forced to kind of wait right now and wait for that to come in before you can move forward. And you're met with this lover's energy, and this could very well be the case because it could be that some of you are involved in a lover connection and you've been going headlong on a particular path, right? But right now, life is kind of forcing you to slow down because the attention is right now needed on your relationship. Lovers generally talks about this, a relationship 2 people have together where we understand that we're 2 halves of a whole, right? And with the Lover's card, we are being challenged in a lot of ways to understand each other and to be able to work through our differences, right? This is associated with Gemini energy, and so there's this constant battle, right? You know, it's the same thing with Gemini, this difference of opinion, this difference of moods or characters, right? And so here it's like, it's in the differences that we become whole. And can we live with that, right? Are we able to do this harmoniously? Because 6 is also the number for harmony. And so it's with the Lovers card, we see that what is needed for somebody to have a true love connection, a soulmate connection, a twin flame connection that is healthy for this world and that will last, right? That will last the test of time. We have to be in a relationship with somebody where we are willing to do the work that is involved to remain harmonious, right? We're willing to accept our differences, and we're willing to work on what we need to work on individually so that we can continue to grow together and come together as one. But if one person is willing to work on themselves and the other person isn't, or if one person is always blaming all the problems on the other person, right? Or if the differences, because opposites attract, right? If the differences and the opposites in us are just too much to bridge the gap, then you won't have the harmony that's needed for this soulmate connection. So this is really a card that talks about a relationship that needs attention, that needs your focus, and it needs you to really just be intentional and decide, are you wanting true harmony? Is this what this relationship is sort of at right now or not, right? And so I think this is why you're having to slow down, because I think for some of you, Aquarius, you were in a relationship that you were assuming was going to last the test of time because you've been so busy going in some other area of your life, right? Achieving something. You may have been very creative or on some sort of like really strong career sort of track right now, or creative track, right? And so it's like, yeah, you're in love with this person and perhaps you've been with them for quite some time, but it's like the 3 of Wands is coming in to slow you down so that you can really say, hang on a second, let me take a real look at this relationship because I haven't really been that present. And you guys really need to figure out if this relationship has what it takes to move forward. You round out the week with a King of Pentacles, which is quite interesting because King of Pentacles is talking about really being a real benefactor in a lot of ways, coming in with a lot of sort of like money and money ideas, right? And it's interesting because I think this is also something else that you've had to work, that you've had to be forced to wait for. Because at the end of the week, you have a King of Pentacles in the sense that I think you're going to be working with someone who may be sort of financially able to invest in your dream or financially able to help you with your dream over here, right? And so part of the week, you're being forced to look at your relationship because ultimately at the end of the week, there's a money thing that happens, right? And it could be that some of the issues with your relationship that come out this week now, it's good that it comes out now because you are, for some of you, you're about to get like maybe a big investment injection into your project or a money injection, or you may start to work with somebody who's already a master in whatever field that you're forging in, and they're willing to work with you, and you know that this project is about to really resonate up. Now, had you gone full steam ahead, it could be that this money or this I want to say this feeling of a benefactor, this energy of a benefactor coming in may have still come in, but you may have not stopped long enough to take a look at your relationship, which really needs a lot of work, or later on it could come to bite you in the ass. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like you realize, some of you are going to be realizing, hang on a second, I'm about to blow up with investment. You realize that your relationship is not where it should be. I'm going to pull one more stack because I took some time on those last ones. I think we only did 3. Some of you are going to find out that your relationship may be much rockier than you thought it was. And just as you're about to sign a new contract for more and more money, you realize you really need to deal with this or else you're going to be paying somebody alimony. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Hermit. Well, I'm glad I pulled another one. This is your last one. I'm going to stop here. Of course, some of you are starting. Look at that. Ace of Pentacles is an absolutely wonderful opportunity for business to resonate up, and Ace of Wands is also a wonderful opportunity for a highly creative project. This could also be a new relationship that comes in, a new love that comes in, because the Ace of Wands is the great phallic symbol in the deck and oftentimes can indicate a high level of attraction. But certainly it is something new starting in your life that you feel very passionate about. And in this way, it could always be a new lover or a new creative endeavor for those of you who are artists, or a new purpose, something that has a lot of purpose for you for those of you who are just starting a new path. And in any case, it's a creative and it is close to your heart. And the same thing with the Ace of Pentacles. And you round off with the Hermit in the sense that some of you are really overwhelmed, I think, by this. This is a huge blessing that comes in. Let me be clear, Aquarius. This is new. This is absolutely unexpected, and this is coming in very real. This is not sort of like you're not going to have to guess. This may only be a reading for one or two of you out there who end up watching this video, right? But this is absolutely a very real thing or opportunity that all comes up at once, and it's so strong. And it's a real opportunity, you know, where I'm talking about, like, right away there's contracts, right away there's money, right away there's, you know, movement. Like, this is huge. And because it overwhelms you, some of you end the week and you need to take some time away and decide what you want to do, because all of that, these things that are coming in this week are going to be a little bit overwhelming because of the nature of the way they're coming in. This is absolutely a case of owl energy at its highest. All right, Aquarius. And do please, 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 for those of you who are resonating with this, please comment in the section below. I really want to know if some of you are resonating with this and what is happening in your lives. I am also a story collector in a lot of ways, and I love hearing your stories, and I love it when you share the things that you're going through. But certainly, if you guys are feeling this Hermit energy at the end of the week, just take some time off and just absorb it all before you make your next move. I hope this resonated with you, Aquarius. Please like, subscribe, and share if it did. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you'd like to be in the running for this beautiful, beautiful Spirit Animal Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed. 68 card deck, very nice indeed. The link to the unboxing video is in the description, and all you need to do is be subscribed to my channel and leave me a comment saying that you're interested in the Oracle deck. But for right now, Aquarius, have a wonderful week, and I shall see you next week. Bye-bye now.